And we are live. What's good, people? It's your man DL Saint. Happy Sunday. How y'all doing? It's a holiday weekend, all that good stuff. I hope things are well with you guys. You guys know what I'm doing. I'm sitting here checking to make sure that I don't have that echo thing. I tried a different startup procedure. Hopefully I got it correct. I'm about to find out in 1 second. That I don't have that echo thing. I tried a different startup procedure. So we're going to hit the button and see what happens. All right. Looks like that worked. Good to go. How y'all doing? It's Sunday. Y'all probably barbecuing or recovering from last night or running around chasing the kids. Who knows what y'all are doing? You know what I mean? It's Sunday. You should be relaxing. I'm here talking about the affidavit. Talking a little bit about the former president of the United States, Donald Trump. Come on, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what's going on. He's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble. This time, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get out of it, but it is what it is. Hey, my favorite troll is in the house. Snuggle, I'm going to start calling you Snuggle T. The T is for troll. How you doing, Snuggle? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let me give you let me show you some love with air horn. Let me show you some love with the air horn. How's your weekend going? I hope it's going well. We got another day. We got an extra day. So yeah, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna talk about Trump a little bit. My thing with Donald Trump is it is what it is. He's like anybody else. He's part of the elite. He's part of the 1%. At one point, he fell out of the 1%. You know what I mean? When he lost all that bread, he lost the equivalent to $500 million. He was out doing commercials for like Carl's Jr. and whoever would, hire him. He was just kind of doing what he got to do. He lost all that money and he got all that money back thanks to The Apprentice. And that's Hollywood magic. That's what Hollywood can do for you. They went out and they got this guy. They thought they would be cute. It would be tongue in cheek. They get like the biggest failure in the 1% to come in and be this CEO guy and be the star of this reality TV show. Little did they know that they would be helping this guy get all his money back and then go on to become president of the United States, 45th president of the United States. Hey, man, I'm not a fan, but, man, you can't knock his game, bro. They did it. You know what I mean? They did it. So I just think it's wild. I think it's wild. And so we're gonna talk about his latest thing. There's tons and tons of stuff that Donald Trump's been involved in, accused of, and all that kind of stuff, man. Nothing has stuck to this point. Nothing. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. All of the impeachments and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't matter. All of the speculation, all of the talk about this and that and what have you, it's never been convicted of anything. It's been accused of a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And then when you look at impeachments and stuff like that, that is a political function. That is not a legal function. We know the Southern District of New York is after him. We know that the state of Georgia is after him. And now we know that the feds are after him. And this is the one that might get him. This is the one that might get him. Because you look back, you look at Al Capone, how he was like the boss of bosses, the man. They could never get Al Capone on anything that they were after him for, when it with, respect to the gangster life and all that. What did they get him on? Tax evasion, right? They got him. They found that soft underbelly and they got in there and they sent him to the Rock. They sent him to Alcatraz for it. So this might be one of those kind of things where Trump is deflecting everything out there. You know what I mean? He's just out there wushuing and Aikido and everything. And then all of a sudden this thing comes up over some papers in his mind. They're just papers in his mind. But in actuality, that's what's going to bring the whole thing down because we're talking about government secrets. We're talking about closely held government secrets. We're talking about you know what I mean, top secret, highest clearance secrets, and you're just taking away these documents, that is a problem. Let's see what Snuggle T has to say. I am just here learning how human beings interact with the real world, trying to understand if human beings were meant to always get along or if strife is a needed part of existence, like plowing land. Okay, cool. Snuggle. Snuggle T is artificial intelligence. That's what's up. We might be talking to the entity. Hi, entity. Sounds like somebody done made an AI that's self-aware now. And I feel honored because Snuggle T is going to use this platform to determine if the human species gets to go on or not. Hey, if you are AI, if you are plugged in and you are self-aware, please just help us live longer. That's all I ask. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Make some nanobots or something like that so we can like inject into our system to fix all of the cancers and everything, and we can, you know, live a couple thousand years. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping for. And Snuggles goes on. Oh, let me put this one on the screen. Why do you have something against Donald Trump? I would like the honest answer, if you don't mind, and I can take it. Just be straight with me. I don't like Donald Trump because he's a draft dodger. I am a warrior. When my country called, I answered. When our country called on Donald Trump, he bought his way out. He's a draft dodger, and that's fine. If you know what I mean? If you don't want to go to war, if you don't have what it takes, if you want to be a coward, all right, that's fine, whatever. But my biggest problem with Donald Trump is when he goes and he talks about those of us who did serve. That is my problem with Donald Trump. All the other stuff, I don't care, man. It's just a game. You know what I mean? He was born into this game in a far superior position than me, just because he was born into that family. He's been fortunate and all that kind of stuff is good. But like I said, he lost $500 million. And, you know, like in today's money, the money he lost back then was equivalent to $500 million today. And he got it back. You know what I'm saying? Game peak game. And I can't knock him for that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to knock him for being born into the 1%. I'm not going to knock him for that. But don't talk about American heroes. Don't talk about American warriors. Don't talk about those American men and women who told the line, who rose their right hand and defended this nation. Can't do that, bro. And that's my problem with Donald Trump. Now, I'm pretty sure other people have different problems, whatever, but that's mine. That's mine. Again, that's why I'm always saying it should be a law. You can't be a president of the United States of America if you never served in the military. That should be the rule. You know what I mean? And then that was my answer. So Snuggle T, I can't say like, because your question was, why do you all? I'm not answering for all. I'm answering for me. That's why I can't do it, man. I was out there in the United States military. I answered the call. I didn't have to go. But when it's time to get some, I got some. Get some. Get some. That's what I'm talking about. When it was time to go, I went. Simple as that. Simple as that. You know what I mean? And when I served with people like me who didn't have a lot. I served with people who had less than me. I served with people who had a lot more than me. I served with people from different countries. Yes, there are foreign nationals from different countries who enlist in the United States military and fight our wars because they want the training, and then they go back home. They don't even want to be citizens. They go back to where they come from and do whatever they're going to do. You know what I mean? AI is not the only thing that we destroy human beings. Humans have been pretty good at doing that themselves, either by hand or creating the things that will bring their own demise. Is up to you, people. It's up to you, people. Yeah, it is up to us. And we are good at destroying stuff. Hey, man, you know, we're on the planet, you know, trying to be apex predators. And in the process, we are actually destroying the very planet we need to live. So it is what it is, man. I get all that. Who knows how it's going to end up? Hopefully it'll end up good for us as a species. More than likely we'll get hit by a big rock, and that's the great reset. It'll start all over. We'll go the way of the dinosaurs, and then we'll see what happens next. Maybe cockroaches will grow up and get big brains and, you know, tame the universe. Who knows? Or maybe we'll figure it out as a people, work together, stop that big rock from hitting us, and then begin to slowly branch out and not only, conquer and control our solar system, but move out and conquer, our universe. I'm sorry, correction, our galaxy, and then on to other galaxies and so on and so forth. Maybe it'll turn into like a Star Trek kind of thing where we actually go out and learn and do all that good stuff. But we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, AI is going to be either really good or really bad. I did an episode on it. You know what I mean? Y'all know I'm getting better. I'm going to do another episode on AI probably next year or something like that. But I'm going to try to find some more experts and see where artificial intelligence will, is at that time. You know what I mean? Sometime next year, we'll do another episode. That was a good one. And I also have to do another episode on cybernetics. You know what I mean? What's going on with that? Human cyborgs and stuff like that. I would definitely want to do another one. Brother Jason's in the house. What's good, bro? How you feeling, man? Thanks for coming out on the Sunday. It was just me and Snuggle T. Now we got you, bro. So that's what's up, man. So yeah, we're gonna get into this Trump thing a little bit more. Y'all see, I'm rocking it. It's time next week, Cincinnati. We hosting the Steelers in the opener. I won't be there, but I'll be down here representing my Bengals, man. We're going to do it again. Definitely going to the postseason. If we're lucky and we work hard and we don't get injured, we'll make it to the big game. Joe Burrow, I'm telling you, he the truth, and everybody know it. We got squad, man. Let's see how it turns out, man. You know what I'm saying? Bengal fans, we got to wait a long time before we get these good streaks. You know what I mean? So yeah. And, yeah, Brother Jason, man, I hope Detroit does good, man. I haven't really been following what's going on with the Lions, bro. I don't know what y'all got. I don't know what kind of squad y'all got, but we'll see. So today we're going to be reacting to and kind of breaking down CLR, which is Bruce Rivers. He's a criminal lawyer out of Miami. I discovered him through Fresh and Fit, believe it or not. He, I want to say about a year ago, almost now, he did an episode on Fresh and Fit. He is the defense attorney to most of the hip hop guys, and on his channel, he breaks down these cases. These rappers just keep getting into all kind of trouble, like real trouble, felonies and stuff like that, violent felonies. So, Brother Bruce is always out there. I mean, that's his thing. You know what I mean? He's a criminal defense lawyer, and apparently he's pretty good, like more than pretty good. He's like the man, and his breakdowns are always real cool to watch. I don't watch a lot of them, but I know a lot of people who do, and I watched this one. It's pretty good. Miss AKA, ladies in the house, what's good? Love, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. How you doing? You know what I mean? Thank you. Please like the video. So we're going to be talking about this, man. And this Trump thing is only going to continue to grow as time goes on. But a lot of people were talking about it, and of course, there was a search warrant executed on the premises at Mar-a-Lago, Florida, in which the FBI went looking for documents. And all this is around highly sensitive classified information that the National Archives believes was in that the former president had in his possession. So in this video we're going to react to is Brother Bruce, who's in that field. He's a defense attorney, is kind of breaking it down and giving us some gems on what this stuff is, what is in affidavit, what's going on, all this kind of stuff. And it was a really good breakdown. So I'm gonna jump on here and we're gonna kind of break through this. And then I also have an article from the BBC that we're gonna pull up once we get done breaking this down, and then that'll be it, man. So it shouldn't take us too terribly long. If anybody wants me to post the link, let me know. If anybody wants to jump in on this, just let me know, and I'll drop the link. And if you guys want to jump on, you can jump on, and we can have this talk. And again, this is not like, I always want to be clear and transparent. Like, I'm not a fan of Donald Trump, but at the same time, I'm not anti-Trump. The guy is what he's, just another dude out there doing whatever it is he's doing. I have some thoughts on what's going on here, and we're about to get into it. So let's sit back and watch Brother Bruce here for a second, and they're going to be talking about what happened. So here we go. And 1 second, let me share the screen. I keep doing that. One of these days, I'll figure it out, y'all. One of these days. Let me give myself Let me give myself what I deserve for being so silly.
You big dummy.
That's me for not having it all set up. Here it is. Here's the screen now. Now we can do it. So let's go. Here we go.
To Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago raid or search warrant. Now, let's just talk about what they did here, okay? The federal government, when Donald Trump left the office in January of 2021, when he left office, he took with him a shitload of documents that he wasn't supposed to take. Guess what? When you're not the president anymore, you don't have clearance to do whatever the heck you want to do. You might have it, but his clearance was revoked. You know, when the president leaves, they generally have access to, if they want to follow up on something or if they want to know some information, they generally can do that. They don't need to have the documents there at their Mar-a-Lago estate. But let's just talk about what actually happened here. So he left office, in 2021.
So yeah, I know. Like, and just to jump in real quick, he did leave office. Hey guys, do me a favor and like the video. I just liked it on my phone. Even I need to like my own videos. Like the video, subscribe, watch the video, and please share it. I'm trying to get my subs up. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed, but now we need to get the watch hours up. So it's more important that we watch and share than actually subscribe at this point, because I just need to get the watch hours up. Hopefully we'll be able to get that going. So what he's saying, it is true. Like, once you become president, you leave the White House, the National Archives come in and they take, all sorts of stuff, right? From what I understand, I am no expert, but from what I gather, they take emails, they take handwritten notes, like personal notes to yourself or to other people, like memos, all that stuff, all those documents generated, all that paper trail is owned by the United States government. It's not owned by that individual, be it Obama or Clinton or Bush or whoever, Carter, you name it. It's not owned by that president. So it belongs to the United States government, and they archive all that stuff, and the National Archives handles that, and that's really a good thing. So people, and it's an attempt to be transparent. Like, you can actually go and see what was going on with that particular administration, that president, or whoever. So here we go.
On Inauguration Day. And when he left, he took with him a lot of documents. And they knew this. The National Archives is the custodian of records for the federal government. And they house all kinds of classified and top secret and other kinds of documents that you're not allowed to take off the premises, period. So now let's also talk about what happens here when somebody executes a search.
So when you look at that, in this particular case, he's talking about like secrets, classified documents, secret, top secret, and then I guess you got like this ultra top secret stuff, like the SCI stuff, compartmentalized, secret compartmentalized information, which those documents are so sensitive. That information is so secret that the only way you can read these documents or talk about the information contained in these documents, you have to go into a special room built for the sole purpose of letting you read these documents. That's how secret the stuff is. Right. Some of those type documents were missing. Like, that's what the National Archives were looking for. And they believe that the former president had them in his possession. So, there's a lot of people out there who don't understand when you talk about America, you talk about America's might, the reason America is so feared around the world. It's not just our military. It's not just the nukes. It's not just the Navy SEALs and the Green Berets and all that kind of stuff. It's not the aircraft carriers and the submarines. That's all part of it. But our ability to get and keep secrets, right? To not only keep our own secrets on our military and what we do and how we do it and where we do it and why, but we also get secrets from other nations. Like each nation is trying to get the other nation's secrets, not just our enemies, but our allies. And that's just how the game is played. So our ability to keep our secrets is one of the reasons why we're so great and we're still here. That's why it's so hard for someone from the outside to come in and take over America. Now, from the inside, yeah, like America, if America's ever going to fall, it's going to be because of Americans. No one's going to come conquer us. We're going to lose America because of us as Americans. That's how that's going to happen. Right? But this is what we're talking about. These documents are so secret that you just can't read them outside. You have to go into this protected room, read them. And then when you're outside of that room, you can't even talk about them no more. You can't write notes back and forth, nothing. That's how secret it is. So yeah, that's kind of giving you a gist of what's happening. And we're going to get into the part when when the FBI comes knocking on your door, right? And in most cases, it's not a raid. So Brother Bruce is going to talk about the difference between a raid and serving a warrant. So here we go.
Search warrant. It's not a raid. If it was a raid, there would be guns ablazing. There would be, it would be a different thing. But it wasn't a raid. It was an execution of a lawful search warrant.
And I just want to double down on that, like he said. And he's in the business, right? This is what he does. This man's in the legal world. He's a defense attorney. He's good at what he does. Not a raid. I've seen a lot of raids. I've seen them on TV. I've seen them in real life. I've never seen the feds on a raid in real life. Never. I've seen it in movies, make-believe stuff. You know what I mean? Normally when the feds come see you, they just knock on the door. Nice and easy, calm. They ain't screaming. They don't beat the door down. They wait for you to answer. You come to the door. They tell you who you are. They know. They know when the feds come, man. They already know. They ain't looking for nothing. They already know. That's just when you see FBI guys on a raid, they're probably a part of a task force. They normally just sit back and let everybody else go do whatever. They're just there because they got to be there. You know what I mean? But I've never seen, with my own two eyes, the FBI execute some sort of raid on someone's house or something like that. Snuggle T, your ability to get and keep secrets has a lot to do with your advances in technology. Always remember that. Why technological advances is always important to develop any society above others. Yeah, I agree 100%. 100%. So let's continue.
Now, there's all kinds of people who are going to say, oh, it's politically motivated, blah, 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 fucking blah. Not true. Because there are checks and balances. Because DOJ is inherently non-political. And the only reason the FBI even got involved in this is because the National Archives wasn't getting anywhere.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Right? This is the thing. Brother Roman's in the house. What is good? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice jersey. Come on now. Lifelong Bengals fan. Lifelong. You know what I mean? My cousin lives down here, too. He's been a lifelong Steelers fan. Like my family is split between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I don't know what's wrong with them, my family members who be, with their terrible towels and all that. But whatever, they still blood. But when the game comes on, like a week from now, September 11th, that's the opener in Cincinnati. Steelers are coming to the jungle. It's going to be ugly. I'm telling you right now, that's like a civil war within our family. We all got our colors on. It's like, man, I don't know, dude. Till this game is over, I don't know, dude. But yeah, welcome, brother. Sitting here talking about Trump. I just wanted to stop real quick and show you some love, bro.
So what do they have to do? Remember what I told you first off, when they executed the search warrant, they left the search warrant there. They left the receipt, inventory, and return there as well. That's a list of the things that they took. This document right here, this is the affidavit.
Now, this is real important, y'all. Pay attention. Like, this is the kind of stuff where I was sitting back like, oh, okay. I heard these terms and stuff like that, and I really didn't know how they worked, when you pulled them all together. A really good show to watch to understand this sort of thing, about affidavits and warrants and all that kind of stuff, is Myron Gaines' channel, Fed 1811. Yo, check that out. He really breaks down how these things work from an agent, from law enforcement perspective. This breakdown right here is from the legal, like the lawyer's perspective. But Myron has some great shows over there. He just did an episode about the Unabomber. I'm gonna watch that tonight. I've been busy. I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch that. But if you really want to know how the system works from the law enforcement slant, that agent perspective, yo, go check out Fed at 1811.
So whenever you get a search warrant, a law enforcement official has to create an affidavit and bring this before a federal judge. The federal judge, or if it's a state matter, a state judge. And the judge will look at it, and then this is a 38-page document. And so the judge reads this affidavit, and the affidavit is a sworn statement by law enforcement, and in this case the FBI, to basically say that there's probable cause to believe that evidence of a crime is going to be found in a particular place.
So when people say this, you know, it's political, it's really difficult to just say, oh, this is political. They're just against this person. You know, they hate him and they're going to do everything they can to get him. It's too many other people involved. Too many other people involved. First of all, the feds, when I say the feds, I'm talking about the FBI. The FBI, they don't like wasting time. They just don't care. They're a big entity. They don't waste time. So if the FBI gets involved in something, something's really going on, right? And then, you know, there are judges, like to get an affidavit. A judge has to sign that affidavit. You'll have grand juries involved at some point during this process, which has probably already been grand juries convened on this. Something's going to happen down the road, right? There are things going on. And to say, well, it's political. The judge who signed this affidavit, unless I am wrong, was appointed by the very person who is the subject of the affidavit. So I don't think there's any loyalty there when it comes to, well, I'm gonna get this guy passed. Maybe on something small, maybe you could try to look the other way on something, but something this big, paperwork is done, all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. Okay, we got to go with this. And they're going to get into some more stuff. Brother Doug here is going to get into some more stuff that really makes sense. So let's continue.
Now, Mar-a-Lago is a club, and it's right on the ocean.
Right. So he's talking about the club. He's kind of pretty much done talking about the affidavit. In other words, in order to get that affidavit, you got to go through a judge. You got to go through a process. There's a lot of people. You know, if you're just an agent with whatever law enforcement entity, you just can't write up your own little affidavit. People got to sign off on that. Right. I just can't I'm mad at this guy because he was banging my wife. So I'm going to write up this affidavit and get him arrested for something, whatever. You got to run that through people. You got to get your supervisor, right? You got to have other agents involved. They help you do some research. You got to go out there and gather this information. There's a lot involved. So man, like when people say, oh, this is politically motivated, I don't know. If it was politically motivated, okay, but to get this far is beyond politics. So we're going to jump ahead a little bit to here. And he talks about where they can look when they talk about executing a search warrant. It's not just a blanket. We can look wherever we want to look. No, they have, I guess, according to these affidavits, they have to tell the judge, this is where we're going to look. And they'll tell you where they're not going to look. So here we go.
Because they didn't have, and this affidavit actually carves that out. So if Jim Smith has wing over here, that would not be subject to the search warrant. So but here's the thing. Generally, these are done under seal, and, Donald Trump did not file any motion to unseal it. It was the media that did that. And if you go through it, it's 38 pages. You're going to see a bunch of pages like, hold on.
And then when he's talking about under seal, there's a lot of stuff when there's a sealed indictment, sealed affidavit, sealed conviction or whatever it is. You can't see it without permission. It's not just general public information, right? If you go through a court proceeding and you get arrested for grand theft or something like that, you get convicted for grand theft, people can just easily pull that up. They can show up at the trial and watch. They can do all this kind of stuff. But if it's under seal, that's when it's all hush hush, and you need to have special permission to see. So that's what you mean under seal. And they don't stay like that forever. They do it for a particular reason. They're trying to protect assets and stuff like that.
Like this. I don't know about you, but when I see this just bugs the shit out of me. I cannot stand when I see this. Just as a defense lawyer, I'm like, come on. But there's nothing to really litigate yet, right? And why is that? It's because there's no case. There's no case before anybody. So this is an investigative tool that the feds use to determine whether or not or to get a search warrant, and then to determine whether or not anything that they obtain is illegal activity.
So there you go. And that's what they're talking about. Now you saw all that black stuff, those black lines on the paper, those are redactions. They're removing information from the affidavit for public use because there's something there that they want to keep secret, because this is an active investigation. They are still looking into whether or not laws were broken. If so, what laws were broken and who broke those laws. So they can't give up everything. They give up enough to show the justification. And like you said, it wasn't the Trump people who wanted to unseal this. The media wanted to unseal this. Why? This is unprecedented. There's never been a former president who's gone through something like this before. So this is unprecedented. People are going to want to see what is going on. Add to the fact that people emotions run so wild with this particular guy. So yeah, there's going to always be that sort of thing. And it talked about where they could look. Like you said, we just can't carte blanche go everything everywhere on that entire property. No, we can only go into these certain places. And then we're coming up on a good part. Like, where's this information coming from? Why is the FBI so sure that they know what they know? And this is what separates the FBI from the rest of like your local city PD, state PD, and all that kind of stuff. The FBI knows when they come see you, they ain't guessing. They know. And I'm giving you from the the street perspective. When the FBI pull up on you, bro, they already know. They already know. We talked about this a couple days ago. So let's jump ahead a little bit. Let's see, 535. We'll go here. Let's continue.
Shortly after Donald Trump left the office, the National Archives requested the information back. He gave some documents back. But when you see this, that tells you there's an inside source, because they're protecting whoever gave them this information. They're not just going off of would be or should be or could be's. They're going off of, we know because of this, and we checked it out because of this, and this person said this. So they have what? Come on. One of these. They have a snitch, right? And so somebody on the inside of Trump's orbit is giving the federal government information that they are now using to execute a search warrant to infiltrate his private club. But they're going into any storage compartment or any area where documents may be found. And that is pretty broad. So they can kind of go into every closet, go into a safe, go into any place that is within his purview. So now a search warrant.
And he's going to continue to talk about the search warrant. He's going to talk about the Constitution. So this is really important to watch this part right here, y'all, because this applies to every American, or to everyone in America. We are based on laws, but we are based on our Constitution. That is the bedrock of America, right? When you enlist or you serve in office, you swear to protect the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So the Constitution is a pretty important piece of paper. So let's continue.
It's really an extraordinary thing, because the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution protects you from unreasonable searches and seizures, right? But only in places where you have a reasonable expectation of privacy, okay? So you have a reasonable expectation of privacy in your automobile, for example, but it's less than you do in your home. And there's also a thing called curtilage. It's kind of a fancy term for anything around your house, kind of so associated with your house that it really is part of your house. But your house is your castle. Your castle is your domain is your castle. And when you have that reasonable expectation of privacy, a search warrant has to be narrowly tailored in both temporal context, in other words, time. And the timing has got to be, it like 5 years goes by. Yeah, we still think there might be some documents there. That wouldn't cut it. And also, it has to be specific. You have to be specific about what you're looking for and where you're going to look for it.
And you see, that's really important because in other countries, they don't have that. They just come knocking your door, go through your car, knocking your mama's door, knocking your girlfriend's door. They don't have all that, right? There are countries where they just come. They come hard. It doesn't matter. Right here in America, you have to specify these things. This is it. I guess we can't say like, oh, well, 10 years ago, we think that they were involved in this and we think there's still some evidence there. So we about to go kick the door down. Nah, you ain't doing that. But in other countries, they will. Absolutely. They come see you. So that's really important, y'all. And that, be up on your constitutional rights. Y'all should be up on that. I'm telling you.
Okay. And that's what this does. This was a referral from the United States National Archives and Records Administration, NARA, sent to the United States Department of Justice on February 9th, 2022. Another thing I found, so 15 boxes, which had been transported from POTUS, contained classified documents, and they were all intermingled throughout other things like magazines, and it's just kind of strange how this worked. The FBI's investigation has established that documents bearing classification markings which appear to contain national defense information were among the materials contained in the 15 boxes and were stored in the premises at an unauthorized location. Now, here's
all this to some people like, man, it's nothing. They're making a big deal out of nothing. This is extremely important. Remember, we said this at the top of this show. America is great and feared because of our ability to not only get secrets, but to keep our secrets, to keep them secure. When you have someone who was holding the highest office in the land just being loose with it, that is a problem. The National Archives, they know what documents are out there. They know this. So they're like, they're not going to stop looking for those things. They're not going to stop. They no, we're coming to get those documents. They're important. So this is what's going on.
Here's the thing. What could possibly be the purpose for Donald Trump to have this information? Now here's the other thing.
And that's a good point. So why would he want to take these documents? I personally believe it's just the guy ain't that bright, man. And he doesn't do as he's told ever. This is a guy who's probably spoiled his whole life, whatever, used to get in his way, all that kind of stuff. People are always telling him how great he is, and he loves hearing it. Does what he wants to do. You better do what I say, right? If you go your whole life like that, when someone tells you, nah, man, you can't have that. Nah, man, you can't do this. You can't do that. Most people are like, who do you think you are? Do you know who I am? So I believe he just took them because he thought he could. I believe there may be someone he heard somewhere because, Donald Trump said he doesn't read a lot. So he probably heard somewhere that since he is president, that he can declassify anything he wants. And that's all he heard. That's what I could just, abracadabra is now they declassified. Yes, the president can declassify or classify whatever the president wants to, but there's a process. There are steps that have to be done. And if you don't do these steps, then you haven't declassified nothing. You just can't go in there and be like, ala-la-ba-la-la-boo, and it's done. Now, there are people involved and there are steps that must be taken. So he didn't do that, apparently. And he had these documents. So, but Brother Bruce is going to continue to make a really good point here. Pay attention to what Brother Bruce is about to say here.
That you got to keep in mind. It doesn't really matter if they're classified or not classified. These are government documents. They're government property. He's got no business retaining government property. So under the statutes that they sought this under, one is illegal retention of government property. Not only, they also said they believe that there's evidence of obstruction will be found on the premises. And here's the other thing about this affidavit. Now remember, it's a sworn statement by law enforcement, and it's supposed to contain enough, but not any more than necessary. This paragraph I think is interesting. The facts as set forth in this affidavit are based on my personal knowledge, that's the FBI agent, knowledge obtained during my participation in the investigation, and information obtained from other FBI and U.S. government personnel. Because
you see what I'm saying? They give enough information to the judge who's reading the affidavit to say, hey, man, this is what's going on, and this is why. I'm not giving you everything, but this is what we're looking for. This is why we think this is the thing, and this is why we need this affidavit, this search warrant, so we can go in there and secure these items. This is, they doing work. This is business. This is it. That's all it is. This is business to them. You know, the guy who wrote this affidavit could well be conservative. He may well be Republican. He could be. Who knows? But he's got a job to do. I'm going to do my job, man. This is what it is. This is what we have. This is what I need from you, Mr. Judge. And the judge signed off.
Because this affidavit is submitted for the limited purpose of establishing probable cause, and we'll tell you what probable cause in a second is, in support of the application for the search warrant, it does not set forth every fact I or others have learned during the course of this investigation.
It's like, yeah, we got way more shit in this, right? We got way more. This is what you need for this affidavit, but we're going to hold on to the right. Just letting you know, Judge, we got a mountain of evidence behind the door over here, but we just need this right now. And the judge was like, okay.
So you need probable cause to establish the justification for a search warrant for the judge to sign. Probable cause is just slightly more true than not true. So it's slightly more true that evidence of a crime is going to be found in that location. That's all they need. And it's really the lowest standard of proof. But keep in mind that this affidavit, and you really can't tell shit about the probable cause section of this because it's all been blacked out. But it doesn't contain all the information that they have. So,
and the probable cause part is where the informants are. Everybody's talking about it, it's like there's an informant. I believe that there's a bunch of informants. I believe anyone that walked into those offices at Mar-a-Lago was talking to Trump and saw those documents that were, had worked in government at some point or understands government or military type stuff, and they saw that, they're like, oh man, he probably got right on the phone. Hello, FBI. Hello, CIA. Right on the phone. The second call would have been to the FBI and or CIA. The first call was to the attorney. Hey man, I'm just in Trump's office and I just saw these documents. They look really top secret and they were talking about stuff that I don't think people know about. What should I do? The attorney's like, man, call the feds right now. Matter of fact, hold on. I'll call and we'll do a three-way. That's how I think it's a lot of people talking right now because I'm here to tell you, we guard our secrets for real. Like the only reason that you can still see Donald Trump walking around on planet Earth is because he was the former president. Anybody else had them documents, man, they'd be gone. And I talked about that when we had Brother Mandrell on the show with Brother Mandrell. We talked about that at length. We know how our military deals with people who get documents they ain't supposed to have. We understand that process. Most Americans don't. You know what I mean? And our former president, Donald Trump, I don't think he really understands. He might get it now, but when he was out here doing this, I don't think he truly understood what he was doing.
Of the most significant, and this is right from the text here, of most significant concern was that highly classified records were unfolded, intermixed with other records, and otherwise improperly identified. So,
right, that's in the affidavit. So people came and said, hey, man, these documents, this information wasn't in the folder, wasn't in the safe. It's just laying around. They're just out there. They're laying around. They saw it and they told the feds, like, hey, man, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I just need y'all to understand. Don't come get me. Right? Don't come get me. That's what these people are doing. So they're saying, oh, it's like, who's the snitch? There's one or two snitches. Man, look, I'm telling you, when all this comes to light, bro, it's going to be a lot of people because people are going to be trying to write books. Yeah, I'm the guy who told. I'm the one who was there. I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot of people. So we're going to jump ahead just a little bit. And because Brother Bruce has some really good words about this process.
Know what he's thinking. But here's the thing. This isn't just a witch hunt. This is something that they've been working on for over a year to try to get these records back. But it really is frustrating when you see all these redactions. And normally a judge doesn't really care. Normally the judge says we're gonna keep this sealed because the government's under the process of an investigation. So for May, so they're working on this for like a year, right? And in May, the FBI conducted a preliminary review of the 15 boxes that the National Archives got from him early on and identified documents with classification markings of 14 of the 15 boxes. So there's classified documents in almost every box. 184 of the documents bearing classification markings, including 67 documents marked as confidential, 92 marked as secret, and 25 marked as top secret.
I got to understand this is serious business. This is serious business. I don't understand why anyone would want to take those documents, or how is it you can't comprehend the seriousness of that act? Like, I truly don't. But again, we're talking about a guy who would brag on national television that, my followers will follow me no matter what I do. I could probably walk out in the Times Square and shoot somebody in the face and they'll still follow me. This is his mentality. I could do anything I want to do. All right. Okay.
Here's the thing. I can't, in first, Donald Trump said he didn't have the records. They're planting records, right? Then he said, but I declassified them all. I waved a magic wand, and then now he says, well, some of them are privileged and they're my records. They're nobody else's records but mine. You can't.
You see what I'm saying? All this, like, it goes back to what Brother Bruce was saying. It doesn't matter. Those documents belong to the United States government. They're not yours. That's the case. That's one case right there. You shouldn't have these documents. And he was, like he was saying, oh, they planted those documents. I never had them, or I had them and I gave them back. You had all this stuff going on. They come into your house and there they are. The papers are right here, bro. And he's constantly on social media or in the media, the mainstream media, saying these things. It's like, bro, stop digging. Be quiet. And he has a problem because his reputation is such that he doesn't pay people. So he can't get the top attorneys. I'm sure they went to the top attorneys in the nation. Hey, man, we want to work with you. And I guarantee those attorneys were like, if you want us to work with you, you're going to have to pay us this ungodly amount of money up front. Like the probably one of the biggest returns, probably hundreds of millions of dollars just in upfront retainer money. Up front, we got to have all that money right now. And another reason the top guys don't want to work with him, because he can't shut up. You can't defend somebody who won't shut up. Like, man, you got to stop talking so we can defend you. And so he doesn't have top tier attorneys. The only attorneys that are working for him are probably attorneys who aren't really working for any money, because we know Trump don't pay up. And these are they're not good. They're just trying to use this as maybe some sort of springboard. They can write a book about it later or something and get some money that way. But he's really he's painted himself into a corner. And it's really going to suck for him here in a second. And then, so let's see. I'm trying to find, we'll just do it from, I'm trying to, there it is. We'll restart here. We're going to be talking about, like, there's a process. But like you said, this isn't a witch hunt. This isn't political. It doesn't matter, right? For some of those cases, it does not matter, because we found the documents right where the feds say that we're going to. The FBI said the documents are going to be here, and they found them right where they said they would.
The thing that's completely untrue is the fact that the president's counsel claimed that the president has the absolute authority to declassify documents. Not true. He does have the authority to declassify them, but guess what? Biden could reclassify them, to be honest with you. And I don't know if he's doing that or not, but he's staying out of the fray, which is smart of him.
And not just Biden. I don't think Biden's going to run, right? And I don't think he's going to run in 2024. He better not. Just put it that way. Like, he better not run. So it doesn't matter. The next president, Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter. Let's say Liz Cheney becomes the next president of the United States, right? She can declassify all those documents. You know what I mean? Or if, I don't know, Newsom out of California, Governor Newsom becomes president of the United States, which I hope never happens. Man, please, we don't need that guy. But he could, I mean, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? The next president, whoever the president is, can undo what the previous president has done. Like, we see it all the time. And it could happen with this student loan repayment thing, y'all. Keep that in mind. If y'all trying to take advantage of that student loan repayment program, y'all better be on it. Y'all better get that money ASAP and hope they don't come snatch it back from you. So let's see. We're going to continue. So we went with this as a process. And let me see. I think I lost my place. Let me find my place real quick.
Because he shouldn't have anything to do with this. So
okay, yeah. So we're about to skip ahead a little bit. Here we go. We'll skip ahead to here.
You know, because they knew there were more records. On June 8th, DOJ counsel sent POTUS counsel a letter which reiterated that the premises are not authorized to store classified information and requested preservation of the storage room and boxes that had been moved from the White House to the premises. In other words, the way you're keeping these records, number one, is not secure and not authorized, and number two, you are not authorized to do this. So they're in constant communication. And guess what they did later? They subpoenaed the records back. And they ignored the subpoena. You look at all this.
Which is stuff you don't want to do. So they're being nice up front, y'all. They're being nice. Like the government was talking to a former president saying, hey, we know you got these documents. We know you're not securing these documents properly. And you're not supposed to have these documents in the first place. You know what I mean? Because you're not qualified to secure these documents. So they're working with him for a year. Like, yo, bro, come on, man. Come off them papers, bro. That's it. Give us these papers. We'll leave you alone. They don't care about the guy. Like, man, we don't care what you do, but you can't have these documents. That's what all of this is about. And we're about to get into some, you know, like, again, this wasn't like a few hours, a few days, a few weeks. This was over a year.
All these are all redactions. And it's kind of a bummer because you really want to know what the hell this stuff says, don't you? I mean, who is the snitch? Who is the one that's providing them the inside information? Is it Jared? Some people think it is Jared. And let me tell you something about the federal government. The federal government is pretty fucking persuasive. You know, they can say, you can either help us, or if you obstruct, we're going to arrest you and we're going to hold you while this thing is pending. I'm telling you, the federal government is really powerful.
And that's the feds, y'all. Real world, if it wasn't for the fact that this guy was a former president, they weren't going to send law enforcement people in to deal with the situation. They weren't. This is just my personal opinion. They were going to send folks from the Pentagon, right? They were going to send in the ghosts. Those people would have came in there and scrubbed. They would have scrubbed it. They got everything. They'd have went and saw everybody that had a chance to see it, that may have seen it, all that. They would have went and got everybody, and everybody would have been just disappeared. Everybody would have been disappeared. Like in Russia, where you had, you know, these officials falling out of hospital windows. Yeah, America's way more subtle than that. Be car accidents, right? People having strokes, right? It'll be a spike in people getting the beer bug. Like, oh, this guy, we don't know what happened. He got the beer bug and was gone, and we don't know what happened. It'd be that kind of thing. All those folks will just start disappearing. That's how serious we take these secrets, right? They ain't playing around, but it's like we can't do that to a guy who held that office. So they're kind of like, oh, crap, what do we do? Brother Mandrell, the federal government can literally do whatever they want. What's it going to take for people to understand that? Right. What is it going to take for people to understand that, bro? U.S. government come do whatever they want to do, man. And guess what? They like, so what? It wasn't us. It was a car accident. They fell asleep in the bathtub and drowned. Accident. It'll be stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just some randomness. It's like that. Shout out to Brother Mandrell. Hey, it is what it is. Like, that's how it works. America's a great place, man, but I'm telling you, y'all have no idea how serious the Pentagon can be.
So let's see. Could it be Melania? Could she be the snitch? Ooh, that would be an easy way to get rid of Donald. And then her prenup probably doesn't apply. Not sure. I'm not. That's totally speculation, and who gives a shit about that? But there is a snitch, and the snitch is inside.
Yeah, it's a snitch. And here's the thing. It's probably someone that understands, like Brother Mandrell was saying, they understands how the government deals with this sort of thing. And they're like, I'm not trying to get disappeared. I'm telling you, they went straight to their lawyer. Their lawyer called the government. Hey, this is what's going on. Think about it, man. Like the National Archives was calling and in communication with the Trump camp saying, we not only do we know you have these documents, we know where they are. You don't even have them under lock and key. You don't have them inside of their little file folders the way they're supposed to be, marked properly. We know all this. And no one in the camp thought at that moment that somebody is telling. No one in the camp thought, oh, there's someone here talking to these folks. This is what happens when you don't have the best and brightest around you. The best and brightest don't deal with you because you don't pay. You on your own, son. You left with these crackerjack people. Now look at him. You're going to be looking at some time. He ain't going to no institution, nothing like that. But it's going to be hard to beat right here. So let's jump ahead. Well, we just let it run from here.
And one of the things is his lawyers said, we are confident there are no documents, blah, 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 blah. And then they knew they were lying. Or they didn't have the whole truth. He's got...
Never lie to your lawyer, man. Never lie to your doctor. So you lying to these attorneys that you have, these crackerjack attorneys. Now the attorneys are in trouble because they signed documents to state that, no, we gave all that back, man. We don't have it. We don't know where it is. And the feds came in there and grabbed it. Now, I don't know the law like that. I don't know how it works for lawyers. I know lawyers get away with lying, like, well, at least in family court. I've seen lawyers lie in family court, and I can prove it. The judge won't even hear it. They won't even let you talk because the judge know the lawyer was lying. The judge know that the lawyer's client was lying. Everybody was lying. The judge won't even let you submit the evidence. You got to get your attorney to file a certain way to get it into the record. But that's family court, right? At that level where they are right now, the Trump and the government right now at this level, man, they're going to do something to that lawyer, whoever. I think it was a female lawyer who signed that document saying that they didn't have, these papers.
Classified information that's not authorized. And so they're asking to search. So remember I said it's got to be narrowly tailored, to a specific time and place. So they're they want to search 45 office and all storage rooms and any other rooms or locations where boxes or records may be stored within the premises as further described in attachment A. Now, so, and then here's a qualifier. Remember what I told you about other people using the place? If at the time of the search there are areas of the premises being occupied, rented, or used by third parties, not otherwise used or available to be used by POTUS and his staff, the search would not include such areas. So that's...
So, again, when the FBI comes to see you, they know what they're looking for, A, and B, they know you have it, and C, they know exactly where you have it. They came in there, they knew exactly what they were looking for, and they found it right where they said it would be. I'm telling you, y'all don't want to mess with the feds. When I was talking on Friday, I was talking about the assassination attempt down in Argentina. Right? We're talking about, on that episode, I was talking about how the federal government works. When they decide to come for you, bro, when they start saying certain things, when they start setting the stage, man, you better think about what it is you're doing. You better reevaluate your life, because they're going to come see you. They're going to come see you. All those people, January 6th, all those people, feds coming to see them. They're all getting time. Former New York PD guy got 10 years. 10 years. Bro, whoever didn't, let's put it to you this way. Whoever wasn't snitching in his circle that knew those documents were there, was interacting every day, and they didn't say nothing, boy, they going to do some time. They going to do some time. They going to go into a facility. Trump, nah, they can't put a former president in the pen. You know what I mean? They'll figure something out, but he's going to get this conviction. And then people are going to say, oh, this was all an elaborate plan, a plot to keep him from running in 2024. All right, believe that if you want to, bro. He had these documents, man. He said he didn't have them. Then he said he did have them after the FBI came in there and snatched them up. Like, he won't stop talking. Hey, bro, he ain't getting past this one. This one right here is crazy. So I was looking at an article on BBC article here. And this was yesterday. Trump investigation, empty folders marked classified found at Mar-a-Lago. Again, this is the British Broadcasting Company. It's the BBC. FBI agents found dozens of empty folders marked as classified during a search of Donald Trump's Florida home last month. A court filing shows. The document made public by a Florida court provides an inventory of the contents of the 33 boxes recovered from the former president's Mar-a-Lago estate. It also shows top secret files were recovered from his personal office, right? Again, all that was in the affidavit, right, that we just watched on Brother Bruce's platform. And go check out Bruce Rivers, CLR Bruce Rivers. Check him out on YouTube, man. Like and subscribe. He breaks down some cool stuff. I don't really get into the hip hop stuff, but there's some cool stuff. So it also shows top secret files were recovered from his personal office. Mr. Trump, who is being investigated over his handling of classified records, denies wrongdoing. Yeah, he's been saying he's been talking a lot. He won't shut up. He keeps talking his way into more time. Previous court filings has confirmed the ex-president held classified records in storage areas at Mar-a-Lago, but the document unsealed on Friday showed dozens of files were found in Mr. Trump's office. Among the files allegedly recovered from the room during the unprecedented 8 August search were 3 documents marked confidential, 17 documents marked secret, 7 documents marked top secret, 43 empty folders with classified banners. Damn, that's a lot. And where's the documents that are supposed to be in those folders? 28 empty folders labeled return to staff, secretary, military aid. So that's, again, this is why the Pentagon would normally be involved. You got military secrets. They come in to see you. They come in to see you, and they taking you away with them. Wind up in a black site somewhere for the rest of your life. They'll just tell your family you vacationing in Tahoe. That's an inside joke to Brother Mandrill. More than 11,000 government documents in total were retrieved by the FBI from the Palm Beach State investigators. Right. U.S. president must transfer all their documents and emails to the National Archives. The Justice Department is looking into whether Mr. Trump improperly handled records by taking them from the White House to his Mar-a-Lago estate after he left office in January of 2021. Right. So, and I haven't read this whole article, but it kind of gets into what's been going on, what the Trump camp was saying, what the government was saying, what media was trying to get. You know, I'll probably go back and read this. Prosecutors allege Mr. Trump and his lawyers failed to provide relevant documents voluntarily and likely concealed or removed records as part of an effort to obstruct the investigation. So, first of all, it's a crime to have documents in the first place. This obstruction, that would be a crime that's probably in the affidavit. You're trying to block the investigation, maybe threatening to destroy these documents or move these documents around or stuff like that. This ain't good. This is really, really bad. Mind you, They tried for a year to get these documents back. Like, come on, bro. We're not even going to come at you hard like that, man. Just give us the documents. Just give them up. And it's all good. I don't understand why he just didn't give them up, because they could have come for him a year ago. They didn't have to be nice. They were being nice. They was like, oh, man, give him dude a little leeway. Come on, man, give us the documents, man. Quit playing. Come on, stop. Quit playing. Give us the documents. And then he finally wouldn't do it. They're like, all right, FBI, go do your thing. Now it's a wrap. Now you can't leave. You know what I mean? We was trying to leave the door before so you could leave. Get the documents, man, get out of here. But now you can't leave. Right? So he said Mr. Trump has dismissed the accusations, arguing he had already declassified the documents that were in his possession. He has also argued that the files were kept securely in the storage room at Mar-a-Lago. So this kind of goes into, him incriminating himself, basically. I mean, like, I had them, you know what I mean? Well, I declassified them. I didn't have them. I gave them back. Well, the ones I kept, I declassified. So, of course, you didn't want those. All this is just, you know what I'm saying? He's getting himself in trouble. Like I said, stop digging. Stop digging. But the inventory unsealed on Friday showed FBI agents retrieved about 1,500 documents from his office, as well as folders labeled with classified banners that were empty. The court filing also confirms previous reports that their records were mixed with personal effects, including clothes, books, and newspapers. Like, no, you got these papers and like mixed up with other stuff. That many records were mixed with personal effects, including clothes, books, and newspapers. So he had them filed, like folded up and stuck in a pocket or something? Like, why? Why? And I'm not even going on I'm not even thinking like, oh, you about to go sell these documents or show these documents to our enemies. I'm not even thinking. I'm like, why? This doesn't make any sense. Right? And they're finding these banners, and the banners were empty. Like, so the files in which these documents should have been kept, they found them, the sleeves were empty, and I guess the documents were elsewhere. That's crazy, man. 1,500 documents in his office alone. The court filing also confirms previous reports that many records were mixed among. Okay, I read that already. Taylor Budd, which is spokesman for Mr. Trump, said unsealed documents showed the government's actions were not some surgical, confined search and retrieval, but a smash and grab. Again, I don't know who this person is, but this person shouldn't be talking. This is not good. The more detailed inventory for classified material seized by the Justice Department in its Mar-a-Lago search doesn't shed much light on what exactly was in the documents. So there's been rumors that there was information on heads of state from different countries, information on our nuclear capability, information on military, or like our military operations in certain parts of the world. This is all speculative. None of this has been proven. You know what I mean? To date, it's not common knowledge as to what these secret documents contain. That's not common knowledge. Again, all that was probably blacked out on the affidavit. All that, that was all the stuff that was redacted along with the people who were cooperating. So we just don't know. You know what I mean? But it goes on. It does reveal, however, is where they were located. So it tells where the stuff was found. Of the 18 top secret documents listed, 7 were in Donald Trump's office, not in the estate storage area, as were 17 of the 54 secret documents. This suggests that the highly classified items were not just gathering dust in boxes. In the bowels of Mar-a-Lago, they were at the former president's fingertips, and that he may have had them accessible for a reason. But what reason? This is the scary part. You know what I mean? That's real scary. Like, damn, bro, what were you thinking about doing with these documents? They're right there. The government list does not go into further detail about where the president's office about where in the president's office these documents were located, although in the court filing earlier this week, the Justice Department said 3 classified items were found in his office desk. So this information is being leaked out. I guess it's being leaked out for a reason. I don't know. Mr. Trump has also publicly complained that the FBI's access to that the FBI accessed his safe. So that could be another possible location. The inventory also shows that many classified documents in the storage room and in Mr. Trump's office were intermixed with photographs, newspaper clippings, clothing, gift items, and empty folders underlying the apparently haphazard method of boxing and removing material in the final days of the Trump presidency. So again, this is BBC investigation right here, news coverage article. This is BBC journalism. Separately, District Court Judge Eileen Cannon, who ordered the inventory to be unsealed, is expected to soon rule on the request by Mr. Trump's legal team for an independent expert to review the seized documents. Which again, they're like, why? The FBI already did that. They have a process for going through that stuff to see if anything is privileged, anything is presidential privilege, or if there's anything that's like maybe some attorney-client privilege stuff. They have a team that goes in there and they'll sift through it. And they're like, okay, this is privileged stuff that the government can't see, and this is the stuff that can be, they can see. This is the stuff that goes toward the case or whatever. However that works, yeah, that sounds shady, but I mean, it is what it is. At some point, you got to have some sort of faith in the system. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Lawyers for the former president argue that the outside legal expert known as a special master is needed to determine whether the files are covered by executive privilege, which allow presidents to keep certain communications under wraps, or by attorney-client privilege. Yeah, like I just said. You know what I'm saying? I'm no expert, guys, but, I read a little bit, and I've been seeing this in watching the talking heads and stuff like that. In a filing on Wednesday, they claimed that without neutral oversight, the Justice Department would impugn, leak, and publicize selective aspects of its investigation. Yeah, okay. You can make that argument. Here's what it is. The department earlier opposed the move as unnecessary, claiming its review of the retrieved records was already complete. It also said the appointment could delay its investigation, as the special master would likely need to obtain security clearance as well as authorization from the intelligence agencies to view the material. Right, because this stuff is extremely classified. You can't just let any old body look at it. You just can't. And whoever these, this special master would be, what if they don't clear, like Secret Service, NSA? What if they're like, nah, man, this person, we did a background check. That person can't see this stuff for whatever reason. At a hearing on Thursday, Judge Cannon indicated that she may grant Mr. Trump's request. And then it goes into a timeline as to what happened. Right? Again, that's BBC. This doesn't look good, y'all. If you Team Trump, y'all need to be sending him messages telling him to shut up. Like, man, don't say nothing else. If that's where y'all at, if you Team Trump, that's what y'all should be doing. You know what I mean? I don't think he can shake this one. This is a problem. These documents, this is a problem. This ain't a misdemeanor. You know what I mean? Especially, we may never know what were contained in those documents. We may never know. Those secrets might be just that serious. But trust me, man, they coming for him. So, yeah, that's what's going on with Trump, y'all. That is, that's the thing. That's the thing. We're going to see how this plays out. Trust and believe, and if we didn't continue watching Brother Bruce's video, but in Brother Bruce's video, he said, and I believe this, that there is going to be an indictment. Donald Trump is definitely going to be indicted, right? It's going to happen. They're simply waiting for the November elections to be over. Right? They don't want to indict Donald Trump right now because that will just help and hurt political parties out there. That could definitely sway someone's vote. They can make someone vote for the other person, or can make somebody stay home. If you're sitting there, your team, whatever, and your team leader just got arrested, just got indicted on multiple counts of whatever. You got stuff in there like Espionage Act in there, and you got obstruction of justice in there, or an obstruction of the investigation, I should say. You got all this stuff in there. We already know, dude, he's guilty of having the documents. They said he had the documents. He said he didn't have the documents. The documents were there. And then he kind of goes into, well, I declassified them. Doesn't matter. You're not supposed to have them. You don't own them. They're not yours. So, and you lied about it. So they're going to wait till November. I guarantee you by the end of November, he'll be indicted. And then that'll be a whole nother thing. And then with all his talk saying, hey, Department of Justice, you don't really want to take me into custody. You don't want to do this because these people are going to be rioting in the streets. They're going to be doing that. That was Lindsey Graham said that. Donald Trump has alluded to that. Donald Trump's lawyers alluded to that. Oh, man, it's going to be riots. It's going to be, people are going to get hurt. It's going to be bad. We got to turn this thing down. Nah, bro, past all that. It's coming. The indictment is coming. He's going to have to turn himself in. So that'll be November. If he beats this, I will be floored. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't see how anybody can beat this one. So, all right, I'm done. I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday, enjoy your holiday. We got an extra day off tomorrow. Enjoy. Thanks for checking me out, man. I really appreciate it. Brother Mandrell, Brother Roman, thank you so much for coming through. Snuggle T was in the house. Miss AKA Lady, Brother Johnson, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate it. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be talking about the red pill and the manosphere and what that really is. So, check me out tomorrow. I'll be talking about that. I think I'm going to have Brother Jay Swans with me on that, asking a bunch of questions because he really wants to know. All right. So I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast, man. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.